I'm about 80% done with people telling me that you can only recognize CTE after someone is deceased. You can't tell me that Antonio Brown does not have it. You can't tell me. You can't convince me of it.
I don't disagree.
You can't convince me of it. I get it. We can't cut his head open, take his brain out, and look at it.
Right.
But
I don't disagree.
there has to be a way coming soon that we can spot this in your brain while you're alive. And if we can't, I'm just going to go off, it's safe to assume, and Antonio Brown and the behavior that he is exhibiting, that screams CTE to me. And if it does, I look at it a bit different than I have been. And I think America may look at it a little bit different than they have been. Granted, we can't confirm it, but I would look at the video of him cursing the police out around his child while saying "I love you" to his child. Everything screams CTE.
Well, it's a complicated thing because, like the gentleman, I think he was a Patriot, said there's thousands, tens of thousands of football players that have probably the same symptoms, CTE, or the same condition, head trauma, all that don't kill people or act insane. And there's I
didn't like when he said that, by the way.
I don't like that either because
I didn't like when he said that.
Okay,
why not?
Hold on. Should I pull it to this because it's relevant? Everyone that is molested doesn't go on to do the same.
True,
but it happens.
Fam.
So yes.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with Rory. I'm gonna argue the different way. Nigga, y'all just learned about all the effects of CTE a few years ago.
Okay.
So don't tell me that now you expect forever. You can't tell me that you're fully aware of all the symptoms, how everybody reacts to some shit. Listen, there's been football players that go up to their home field and blow their brains out.
No doubt.
We've had football players kill people now. Like, I don't know what the effects of CTE does really, and I don't think the NFL does either.
Scientists don't even know.
They have spent however many years trying to suppress any information about it. So how can they be so advanced in it? So don't come sit and tell me that, there's been plenty of people that may have had CTE that didn't kill people. Yeah, true, but you don't really know what CTE does to all of these different personality types.
Yeah, and it might affect other people differently.
That's my argument.
You don't know the brain that it's happening
But I don't think that
they weren't so responsible in trying to figure it out.
No doubt. No doubt. And I think CTE is important. I think it's important that they figure out the effects of it and all that shit. That being said, I don't think that it excuses you to go out and murder a bunch of people and act like a fucking...
Does.
No, it doesn't.
It
doesn't. No, sorry.
No, because
sorry.
I feel like you can... If you feel like you're having these thoughts in your head and you're not feeling right...
You lost me on feel like.
Okay, so
if
wait.
you have an impediment in your brain... I'm not going to how you feel like. You're not in control of how you feel.
No, but what I'm saying is this: if you
Did you hear what they said at the end of that movie?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, you know when you don't feel right.
That's not true.
No, you don't.
That's not true at all.
That's not true.
You do know when you don't feel
That's not
right.
true, Mom.
If your body, if something is not right with you, you wake up, your emotions all over the place. You're fatigued. You're whatever. Like, you know when, damn, I don't feel like.
If that's your normal,
have you ever been?
If that's your normal, then how do you know it's not?
Yeah. Have you ever been suicidal? Have you ever been
before.
depressed? Have you ever been people? They
That's
feel
what I'm saying.
they don't know their own
I disagree.
feelings.
No, I'm just saying you're not. He didn't always have this head trauma. Is what I'm saying. So, like he said with his mom.
Back to my point of being 13. He started football when he was in high school.
He told his mom on the phone, "You fucked my life up. You fucked me up. I was a great kid." He said that to his mother. So to me, that said more so like you were internalizing and suppressing shit that was going on in your family, and it caused you to just, any little thing, it was all of this rage that was inside of you from shit that had nothing to do with the people that was in front of you.
No, I agree with you. I just can't quantify it because it's coming from that brain. It's coming from that damaged brain.
And I understand.
The part that they didn't really talk about too much in here that I will assume is fuck football. He might have been getting his head beat in just as a kid from dad.
No, that's a fact.
They didn't say any of that.
But that's why I said the family, he had a lot of trouble within the family. There was a lot there. And that's what I'm saying, because I mean, and like I said, CTE, I understand it's a real thing, and I hope that athletes around the world, if they're suffering from this, they get help and they figure this out sooner than later. But at the same time, with that same brain, he was still able to go out and perform as an athlete on the highest level. So clearly your brain...
No. Don't say clearly. Don't do that. Let me just interrupt you real quick. Don't say clearly, because I've thought of this too, what you're saying. I can't say what part of the brain establishes your dominant physical performance and whether that part of the brain was affected by CTE. What they said at the end of the movie was, whatever this shit is here, all the 2 holes in the
big ass hole in his brain.
They spoke to that affecting your decision making, not your physical abilities.
Yeah, but in order to play sports, there's a lot of decision making in sports. So what I'm saying,
the brain
is
is so complex.
He was.
Hey, Parks, everything we saying goes to. I don't think there's been enough research done on it for
I don't
us,
either.
for us to
I don't
really.
either. And
I agree. I just say it doesn't excuse.
I'm just saying I am not solely blaming CTE for the things that he did. I will never do that.
That's all.
I'm not doing that.
Which
It's like, he killed a bunch of people. Oh, he has CTE.
No, which I think it's fair to
I'm
some
definitely doing it.
degree, but
I'm not doing it.
I do think every brain is different, and you handle trauma differently, especially with this disease that we know nothing about. And I just think you're gonna project your trauma in different ways. Just because every single NFL player has not murdered a bunch of people, don't mean it's not affecting specifically Aaron Hernandez's brain. True. That's all I'm saying.
True.
People project their trauma differently.
Absolutely, and all I'm saying is I am.
And is he a sociopath? 1,000%.
Hey, Maul,
for this.
Just off mic, just earlier, we were kidding around, but you made mention of him killing the 2 guys for spilling a drink on him in the club when he wasn't even the flyest dressed guy to be angry at a drink spilling on him in the club.
Patriots team wear right in the club.
Now, I know that we were kidding when we said that, but that speaks to decision making. Like, it's just a lot that spoke to decision making, and if you're not responsible for how you make decisions, then how could you not? Then how could you?
I agree.
How could you say he's not?
I agree with you, but that also speaks to, here is somebody that clearly walked in here with a lot built up inside of him.
Sure. I agree with
he
that.
Had
he had a lot of other variables.
He had rage inside
He had
him.
a lot. Yes,
I know people that were
him.
not athletes that act like knuckleheads and will shoot someone over getting a drink spilled on them.
Of course.
Like,
I'm not excusing any of it.
And that goes to, he's obviously dealing with something else.
If you see Joe running around and if one day Joe just wake up and start shooting like 10 people off the rooftop of a building somewhere, somebody that know me and love me need to inform the public that I don't normally move like that.
Right.
Like, that's not a normal characteristic for Joe, and I don't know what was going on with his brain. Like, it don't just have to be a rage, depressed thing, or at least not in the football cases, because y'all been getting your heads pounded in for so long.
Right.
Again, we don't know. We're talking. We're speculating. It's a podcast. We're shooting the shit with our friends. Prayers to everyone that was affected by that Aaron Hernandez debacle. I think we're in agreement here that this story is far more monumental to us anyway than the OJ story, right? We was talking about that too.
By far.
Oh, yes.
Granted,
yes.
I was alive, but was
both terrible incidents that happened, and prayers to all
I think
families.
these would be comparable. I think this is much
Story,
crazier.
this story is we've never seen nothing like this.
This is insane.
Yeah, this was absolutely like, it's still, you watch it and you still can't even believe what you just watched.
Right.
Like, I lived through this era. Like, I used to watch him.
I watched those games.
Yeah, I watched him. Like, you know what
those
I mean?
highlights, I remember those.
Right. Yeah. So it was just,
I was one of the people right before the trial. I said he's going to beat this and play for the Raiders. That was my prediction.
yeah, everybody at first thought it was
He'll
like,
beat this.
no way. Like,
He'll end up with the Oakland Raiders and he'll be fine and have a great career.
Yeah.
That's what I said was going to happen.
And in closing, this is where I will give all of the credit and props in the world to Will Smith. That movie seems to have, not seems, it was a wake-up call to a lot of the athletes. And we've seen a lot more early retirements since.
Yeah.
And it's not a coincidence. That's all.
Agreed.
That's all I got.
Yeah.
Shitty accent, but
How have they not made? How have they not made helmets better?
No, bad accent.
they tried to bury that movie though. So I am happy you brought that up.
You know,
Very well movie.
bad accent though. You're right. That was a little. The accent was nuts, man. The CTE movie, and it was a good movie.
Concussion. Yeah.
Well, let's